we are going to be talking about the Fuji musician with the biggest fan base in Nigeria. Fuji musician wo ló ní fans jù ní Nigeria tá wà yìí. Now ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ highlight àwọn kankan nínú Fuji music. First, I will go with Ààrẹ Dr. Sikiru Ayinde Barrister. Mi fẹ́ gbé wọn sínú bracket tí mo fẹ́ discuss yìí because Barrister gangan ni Fuji music. So tí ma ti gbé wọn wá sínú bracket yìí, àdàkẹ́ mo fẹ́ ṣe òjòrò because Fuji music tó ń kọ lé ní Barrister gangan ni. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé èyàn sí apá kan ká má rà pé mo fẹ́ da òjòrò sínú ẹ̀. Now, tí ẹ bá wo the albums like Consolidation, album yẹn lọ fà by Kwam1 Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde. Album yẹn lọ fà, album yẹn change face of Fuji music láti point kan lọ sí another point. Lèmi ṣe máa ń sọ pé King Wasiu Ayinde Kwam1 àwọn gangan ni wọ́n gbé Fuji music sí èjìká báyìí. Wọ́n gbé sí èjìká báyìí ni pé kò gbọdọ̀ jábọ́. Alhaji Sikiru Ayinde Barrister náà dẹ̀ kọ nínú live tí wọ́n ṣe tán fi sọ pé olórí ìwà yé olórí ìwà jọ̀wọ́ o. Nínú live yẹn ẹ máa rí pé Sikiru Ayinde Barrister Barusati wọ́n ṣí fìlà wọ́n gbé lórí Kwam1. So láti point yẹn Fuji music lọ sí next level. So ẹ jẹ́ ká yọ Kwam1 kúrò nínú bracket yìí náà torí living legend ni Kwam1. Now ẹ jẹ́ ká wá gbé wá sí another era. Now I'm talking Obesere Alhaji Abbas Akande ọba Ṣàkàṣà ọmọ Rápálá tọ̀ síbẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo álbọ̀mù introduction tí wọ́n release ní 1992. Nígbà tí wọ́n release álbọ̀mù yìí, Fuji music industry ó mọ̀ pé èèyàn kan ti wọ̀lú because formally álbọ̀mù yẹn ló introduce Alhaji Abbas Akande Obesere sí Fuji music scene officially, formally. So now àtìgbà yẹn ni fan base wọn ti loud, but nígbà tí wọ́n máa kọrin dé àwọn point tí wọ́n ti ṣe records like ọmọ Rápálá overthrow, ọba Ṣàkàṣà, no now o lè gbọ́ orin Fuji míì mọ́ lẹ́yìn ọmọ Rápálá overthrow. Nígbà yẹn fan base ọmọ Rápálá Obesere ó lọ far. That is one of the biggest, loudest fan bases of all Fuji musicians. Now ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sórí Shefiu Alao, Alhaji Shefiu Alao ọmọ oko. Nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe álbọ̀mù Kadoso ní 1990, tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ ní 1990, ọmọ tó ń bí 1990 gan ti dàgbà, ó ti marry ó ti di grandma gan, ó ti di grandpa. So now that was the beginning of another era nínú Fuji orin tó ní ọpọlọ. Torí mo ti máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà pé ẹni tí ò bá ní ọpọlọ ò lè kọ Fuji. Olódò ń kọ Fuji kò possible, kò síbi tó fẹ́ rú wọ̀ torí standard tí àwọn Barusati, àwọn Kwam1 tí wọ́n ti set sílẹ̀. Olórin tí ò bá ní talent tí kò you cannot fall in sí under category yẹn, kò possible. Now let's proceed to Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma with Recognition. Ó dámọ̀ nìyẹn ní 1993. That was the beginning of another very loud, very big musical fan base in the whole of Nigeria. Oh, loud. When that song, that album came out, Recognition, ó dámọ̀ nìyẹn. Orin yẹn kò sí ẹni tí kò gbọ́ orin yẹn gbà yẹn. See, Thomas sọ̀rọ̀ fan base ọ̀gá ńlá family. Mo ṣe bá o káwọ́ sókè, ọwọ́ mi lókè. Àwọn eléyìí fan base ọ̀gá ńlá ó lè fi wé fan base àwọn oní football wo ni fẹ́ fi wé. The biggest is one of the biggest fan bases in the whole of Fuji industry. Ọ̀gá ńlá family. As a matter of fact, everywhere ló wà. Then kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tí Wasiu Alabi Pasuma ọ̀gá ńlá ọ̀gá ńlá gbogbo Fuji, kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n máa kọ, kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe, you will see the fan base standing solidly behind him. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní fan base nìyẹn. Fan base is not just for decoration. Fan base ti jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tó máa ń wà lẹ́yìn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé kí come rain come shine wọ́n máa dúró tán ni. Dọ́là mẹ́jọ̀lá ọ̀gá ńlá fan base, ọ̀gá ńlá fans, they are still there standing solidly. Kò easy, and they have been there standing since 1993. Àwa kan tiẹ̀ wà tá a mọ bó ṣe ń lọ before 1993 because Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma wọ́n ti ṣe àwọn life kan tó jẹ́ pé àwọn life yìí nígbà ayé tèmi ò gbé, nígbà ayé shadow, nígbà ayé àwọn life yẹn lọ far. Then when I'm saying Fuji musicians with the biggest fan bases nǹkan tí mo mí gangan lélẹ̀, tí ẹ bá rí olórin tó bá mount stage pé this musician is coming to this particular point to play o, àwọn èèyàn ti anticipate. By the time that musician stands up on that stage, ẹ máa rí èrò tó sùn lọ rẹpẹtẹ. Pasuma is one of those Fuji musicians tó jẹ́ pé fan base wọn ó lọ far gan. Is mi lè sọ pé fan base kan tún ju fan base Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma lọ. Yeah, I stand to be corrected. You can come to my comment section and tell me if I am wrong. Fan base tó ju fan base ọ̀gá ńlá lọ mi tí ì rí nínú Fuji music, because that fan base Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma ó dàbí fan base Wizkid ni. Wizkid FC, oh my God, you cannot go there, you cannot touch it. Fan base Pasuma ó lọ far. Tí Pasuma bá fẹ́ kọrin, there are some concerts tó jẹ́ pé mo máa ń rántí tó jẹ́ pé tí Pasuma gun orí stage, èrò Fuji music as a whole, Fuji music industry wọ́n witness irú fan base Pasuma rí. mi fi dánnu. I'm stating the fact, though I stand to be corrected. Fan base tó ju fan base Pasuma lọ mi tí rí. Pasuma ni Fuji artist pé tó bá ń kọrin ó máa ń control the largest number of crowd. I'm talking from tẹ́ bá lọ sí gbà tó máa ń ṣe concert yìí ní Lekki musical explosion tó máa ń ṣe ń gbà yẹn. Pasuma jẹ́ ó wà lára àwọn Fuji musicians tí wọ́n kọrin ní Lekki musical explosion. Mi wọ́n ti title yà dáadáa, but that is musical something. Àwọn show tó máa ń ṣe ní Lekki nígbà yẹn ni ò ní Babish. Àwọn Fuji musicians like Kwamwan, àwọn náà ti step around stage yẹn. So fan base wọn yẹn organic ni, ó ti pẹ́. Pasuma kudos, ọ̀gá ńlá kudos. Now ó wá tún ní àwọn records kan tẹ́ pé, see when you're talking about fan base, record tí àwọn olórin yìí ti ṣe, I'm talking records like Orobokibo. Look at Orobokibo. Orobokibo. Look at records like Computer. Look at records like Demand. Ilẹ̀ máa kún tí máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní káwọn records yẹn. Àwọn records yẹn ló cement legacy Alabi Pasuma pẹ̀lú àwọn fan base wọn. Ó lọ far gan. Now let me move on to King Dr. Saheed Òṣùpá. Ó lọ far gan. Now mo kàn fẹ́ mú láti ibì kan ni o. Now let's look at Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ. Let's look at endorsement. Let's look at Tested and Trusted. Let's look at Oracle. Àwọn albums yìí wọ́n solidify legacy King Saheed Òṣùpá pẹ̀lú àwọn fans wọn. Fan base Saheed Òṣùpá. Olúfimọ́ in the house. I wonder, ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ bóyá ìwà nulẹ̀ in the comment section. Please see this fan base tí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa èyí. Olúfimọ́, they are worldwide, they are everywhere. Kò sádùúgbò tó dé tí wọ́n sí. Now there is no musician without his fan base. Tí o bá sí fan base kò sí musician, so they work hand in hand. As a matter of fact, àwọn Olúfimọ́ ti wà lẹ́yìn Saheed Òṣùpá látàyè green, látàyè Sínkólóló, ó ti pẹ́ ìdọ̀ntẹ́. So now kò sí nǹkan tí Saheed Òṣùpá bá ṣe wọ́n máa ń dúró tán ni. They are everywhere. See, fan base Olufimo's fan base, they are about the biggest. They are about the biggest in the whole wide world. Kò sí ibi tí wọ́n sí. Then gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, tẹ́ bá wo àwọn records like Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ particularly, ẹ máa rí pé Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ yẹn ó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa marriage, ó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa, as a matter of fact, Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ wà lára àwọn albums tó tún a lot of marriage tó ti wó tó tún tò. Because Saheed Òṣùpá was dishing out a lot of marital lessons nínú album Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ yẹn. Torí ẹni Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ yẹn ṣe jẹ́ one special record tó jẹ́ pé everybody always want to reckon with that album, because that album spoke a lot about marital status, marital lessons, marital counseling. Ó tú oríṣiríṣi marriage tó marriage tó pé ó ti wà on the verge of breaking. Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ ló dá around marriages bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn padà. Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ máa ń advice ìyàwó ilé. Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ máa ń, as an album, ó máa ń advice ọkọ tọkọ bá fẹ́ ṣìṣẹ́gbé tó fẹ́ hùwà burúkú, tó bá rántí orin King Saheed Òṣùpá nínú Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ, ó máa ronú pìwàdà. Tí ìyàwó bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó nínú marriage, tó bá ti gbọ́ Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ, you will have a rethink, you will come back to your senses. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní album pẹ̀lú musician tó wá connect pẹ̀lú àwọn fan base wọn nìyẹn. Nǹkan tí mo try láti highlight nínú fídíò yìí nìyẹn. Ẹ̀yin tèmi nínú comment section, feel free, let me know your own contribution, let me know your own perspective towards this particular topic. Now, I will state it on record. Olufimo fan base is about the biggest all over the world. Wọ́n solid Ìbàdàn Dọ̀túnlá Mẹ́jọ, they are there standing solidly behind whatever Dr. King Saheed Òṣùpá tó bá ṣe. Now let's move on to Malaika Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. Now, when you're talking about Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika, see, me personally, more sentimental. When you talk about Malaika, I'm always very sentimental to this particular album. To move that call Recompense, Sony. That album actually took Malaika's musical level from that point to another level. That album connect, because when you see a musician, one man ní àwọn grassroots fans tó máa ń tẹ̀lé wọn even before they become very popular. Now when they become popular, ó ní àwọn records kan tó máa ń sell irú àwọn musicians bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sí àwọn new set of fans. Recompense as an album, òun ni album tó connect èmi personally pẹ̀lú Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. That album, ó ní àwọn orin kan tó kọ nínú album yẹn tó jẹ́ pé if you pay attention closely, wàá rí pé ẹni tí kò bá lọ́pọlọ lè kọ Fuji. The message in Recompense ó lọ far. Then Recompense as an album and the rest of those albums ó be a fresh air of fan base fún Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. Fan base Sule Alao Malaika ó lọ far. That is why you see Malaika trending all over the place, because the fan base, they are solidly behind him. Ó lọ far gan. That's one of the biggest fan bases in Fuji music industry. Yes, so now let's move on to Atawewe. You see, Atawewe, there are some things that we are privy to witness one-on-one live. So just pay other people really need opportunity. It's only when they release those live record and those albums, those records, that you will see them. When they release the musical videos, that you will see them. Àwa ní one-on-one pẹ̀lú àwọn Fuji legends yìí ni. Atawewe is one person when it broke out. Mo rántí time kan tá máa lọ wo Atawewe ní Surulere. Ó lọ far gan. Atawewe's fan base is one of the strongest, one of the most organic fan bases in Fuji music industry of all time. Take it or leave it. Then another album from Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika is Peacemaker. That album, kudos. Those are the albums that brought in another set of fans fún Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. Àwọn fans wọ́n dẹ̀ solid pa síbẹ̀ ni. respect. Now back to this analysis. Ṣètìrí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Fuji music tí I will rephrase again. Olódo ò lè kọ Fuji. Then when you look at people like even àwọn tó ti àwọn ní Fuji tán ti kú. When you look at albums like Actor Jordan by Sunny T Adesoko, àwọn albums yẹn ṣe albums tí yẹn máa fọwọ́ rọ́ sẹ́yìn even lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n ti lọ. Àwọn albums yẹn lọ far. Now this is where I'm taking this analysis to. See, I'm always very sentimental when it comes to Barusati. Ó láwọn albums kan tó yẹ pé the albums they are still very applicable to our present situation in this country. As a person, there is no how, there is no day one person will not celebrate birthday. Kò dẹ̀ sí tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ birthday song nínú Fuji music industry o, ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ Bari at 40. Ọmọ o, èyí pẹ́ dàgbà o. Ọmọ o, èyí pẹ́ dàgbà o. That album, Bari at 40. See, Barrister, there is no how you will talk about Fuji music that you will not talk about Barrister, because Barrister's albums, they are still selling even more than the new albums. Táwọn èèyàn ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Do you know how many times tí wọ́n ti print the album Barrister times without number, over and over and over. Kò sí ọdún kan tí àwọn record labels ò kí ń print album Barrister nígbà táyé ti wà ní ayé analog, ayé ti dáyé computer, ayé ti dáyé streaming. Kò sí, tó bá ṣe lọ check streaming statistics àwọn albums Barrister, ó máa ń dà pé wọ́n yẹn ṣe release yẹn ni. That is why àwọn Fuji musicians yìí, we need to give them the respect they deserve. They are not getting the respect they deserve. People think Fuji musicians, a lot of people say, I cannot listen to Fuji music now, I'm too posh. You are too mumu. Because Fuji music is an intellectually inclined Fuji musical genre. Àwọn lọ́pọlọ ló máa ń gbọ́ Fuji music. So when you say you are too posh, you are too sophisticated, you are too this to listen to Fuji music, oh mọ nǹkan kan Fuji music, you think it's a joke? No. You think Fuji music is a joke to you? And when you're talking about Fuji musicians, but our fan base, you talk about people like Taye Currency, Akpesin family, by hanging solidly. They are very, very strong. Now let's go to Remi Aluko, Igwe Fuji. Remi Aluko have, one of the strongest organic fan bases in the Fuji music industry. Now, this person, Timofe Daruko, this musician is one of the greatest Fuji musicians in Nigeria. I'm talking about no other person but Adewale Ayuba, Mr. Johnson. Adewale Ayuba. Hey! Adewale Ayuba, is one Fuji musician that was able to carve a niche for himself. He was able to create that class of Fuji for himself. Style yẹn, Ayuba nìkan ló wà nínú pattern yẹn. As a matter of fact, a lot of people máa ń rò bóyá Ayuba ò kọrin Fuji. Why? Because it's the sophistication in his music, the sophistication in his, in his composition. And Adewale Ayuba is one of the Fuji musicians. He is very versatile. He has done a lot of collabos with hip hop artists. He has done a lot with, a lot of other things. So his contribution to the greatness of Fuji music can never be underestimated. Kudos to Adewale Ayuba, Mr. Johnson. Because if you look at the albums like Mr. Johnson played for me, our albums here, our albums here love far. Now let's talk about fan base again. If you look at King Saheed Osupa ní àwọn fans kan tó jẹ́ pé you will never believe these people are Saheed Osupa's fans. I'm talking Burna Boy. You won't believe Burna Boy is also an Osupa fan. I'm telling you. Gbogbo alagbon nǹkan tí Burna Boy sọ. Burna Boy was comparing King Saheed Osupa to Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan is one of the pioneers of rap music in America. They are very, very talented. It's a bunch of talented guys like RZA, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, a lot of them like that. They are very deep lyrically. So if you look at King Saheed Osupa, lyrically, he is very, very deep. Saheed Osupa will go to the kind of depth Saheed Osupa will always go to when he is singing. Ìwọ ní Fuji tí o bá jẹun kánú, you cannot go to that depth. Lyrically, you know, intellectually. See, King Saheed Osupa is one of the greatest Nigerian Fuji musicians of all time. Now, before I wrap up this video, let me know your own choice. Fuji musician wo ló ní the strongest fan base in Nigeria? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Let me know your own thoughts in the comment section. Jeff Owolewa is my name. I'll see you on the other side. Hala.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the notification button.